Hello, everyone. I am going to be doing something new and different on this episode. I'm going to be doing a travel video, and if this one is successful, I'll do some more. But basically, I wanted to talk about my trip to New Mexico. I went there last month. This was my first time going to New Mexico, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. But the main reason for me going to New Mexico was to visit the Trinity Test Site. And if you are unaware, this is where the atomic age was born. This was the site of the first atomic bomb detonated in history, I believe, on July 16th, 1945. And this is actually still on a military base. So, yeah, that's what all this gray area is, the White Sands Missile Range, and it's still active. They still test missiles and all of that. I don't think they test atomic weapons anymore, but yeah, it's still an active military base. So getting there is kind of interesting. So with this episode, I just wanted to give you some tips, tell you about what I did, and basically just tell you what to expect when you go. So yeah, hopefully it will be fun and entertaining and interesting and useful for you. But yeah, so let's get started. If you want to go here, I would start off with the National Park Service website. Just go on here, and the website's kind of out of date because it says the site is open in April and October, but they actually stopped having it open in April. So basically, the site was going to be open 2 days a year, but they canceled April. So I think going forward now, it will always be on the third Saturday in October, which sucks because I was originally going to go there in April, but they canceled it. So, man. I don't know why they canceled it, but when I was on the ground in New Mexico, I spoke to some park rangers and stuff, and they were saying that the reason why they canceled the April one was because the government said too many people were coming. So I'm like, so now you're just going to have it open 1 day a year? Oh, okay. That should stem the tide of tourists, but leave it to the government and the military to make sense of this. But yeah. So I guess the reason why they did that was because, Oppenheimer came out last year. It was a huge success, great movie, made tons of money, tons of people saw it and brought attention to this site and this time period and all of that. So would probably explain why so many people were showing up. But yeah, so yeah, if you click this one, it will actually take you to the official United States Army website for visiting the Trinity Test Site. Let's see. So yeah, this was the one I went to October 19th, 2024. And the site opens at 8 a.m. and closes at 2. So if you're still in there, you got to get out of there by 3:30 because they will they'll probably chase you out. I mean, they were not messing around with security there. So it says, let's see. Yeah, it says do not use GPS, which is kind of bullshit because GPS was fine for me. If you're using Google Maps, I flew into Albuquerque, which was a lovely town, and basically all I did was rent a car, hop on Interstate 25, came all the way down here and then hopped on Highway 380. And this was about an hour and a half drive from Albuquerque. And what you are looking for if you're using Google Maps to find the road is this, the official scenic historic marker. So right next to this marker, in fact, I think that might be it right there, is the road that you will take into the base. So see, it's right past the marker. There may be a gate there, but it was always open when I was driving past it. I actually went to New Mexico the day before, so I actually drove right past this and was like, oh, the gate's open. I wonder why. Because that's just a gate for the road. It's not really for the base. Basically, in fact, I think they call it let's see, I think the Stallion Gate. So it's not actually the base yet. Not until you get down here, which is about 5 miles on the road here. So I got there the next day on the, what would it have been? So I went to New Mexico on the 18th so I could drive around, check out some of the scenic routes and all that. Basically, I went around the base all the way down here because I wanted to check out White Sands National Park, which was amazing. If you ever go to New Mexico, you have to go here. You have never been to a place like this. It was like being on another planet. Basically, just imagine white sand as far as you can see. Yeah, it's like 50 miles of this. It was so bright, even though thankfully it was a cloudy day, but it was still so bright from the sunlight being bounced off the sand. Definitely have your sunscreen, hat, sunglasses, all of that. But walking around here, freaking awesome. Very cool, very cool. And then from there, I went to Roswell, of course, which was very cool, very cool. Unfortunately, by the time I got there, everything was closed, like all of the museums and everything. Like they have a couple of cool looking museums. Oh yeah, like I definitely got to go back and do the UFO museum. That's gonna be hilarious. But it was a beautiful drive too. Went through the Mescalero Reservation and Lincoln. Was the site of the Lincoln County War, where Billy the Kid became famous. And eastern New Mexico is very different from western New Mexico. Western New Mexico is desert. Yeah, I mean, point in case, just desert. But then eastern New Mexico is very pretty. Lots of trees, lots of, this place looks amazing. Look at that. Ski resort. But yeah, lots of trees and very green, very pretty. There is some vegetation on the western side. Like I guess there's maybe a river or an underground river flowing. A lot of cottonwood trees, very lovely, especially in October. They're starting to turn orange and all of that. So yeah, very, very beautiful. And then from Roswell, I went up north to Fort Sumner to go see Billy the Kid's grave. So that was very cool. And that was late as hell. That was at like 10:30 at night, and I was the only person there. It was terrifying. Oh, and there was a thunderstorm going on too. So I was the only person in this graveyard, and a little scary, but I drove all the way here from Roswell, so I was not going to miss out on seeing Billy the Kid's grave. Then I slept at some rest area, I think somewhere around here. And then the next morning I had to haul ass all the way to here. So it says it opens at 8 o'clock. You want to get there way, way before 8 o'clock. I got there probably a little late. I got there like 7:15, give or take. And there was this little stretch of road to the Army base gate is about 5 miles. I got there at 7:15. There was probably already about 2 or 3 miles of cars here. Yeah, let's see. Let me look at my pictures from the trip. Let's see. So, let's see this one. So, yeah, this was from my rental car, and yeah, this was behind me. So I got there at 7:15. There was about 2 or 3 miles of cars in front of me. Behind me, they were already lining up. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I was not expecting that many people. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. So this was probably around 7:30, 7:45, and yeah. The cars go on oh my God. Yeah. Cars go on further than you can see basically. So if I got there at 7:15, you probably, if you want to get there before the people, probably get there at 6:30. And you don't have to worry about going through the gate because, yeah, I guess it's going to be closed off. So just get there early. Let's see. So yeah, I would say probably get there at 6:30, maybe even 6. That way you'll be probably just have about a mile of cars in front of you, because I got there at 7:15 and I probably didn't get to the Stallion gate until 9:30 maybe. So you're going to be sitting there for a couple of hours. So I would say get there at 6:30. Then basically all you do is you go to the gate. There's military personnel who will ask you questions. Thankfully, you do not need tickets or a pass or anything. You just need your driver's license. So they'll check out your driver's license, check out your car a little bit. They'll tell you, hey, don't take any pictures. Just follow the road all the way. And while I was there waiting for my turn, a Mustang kind of drove past, and it looked like he was talking to the soldiers, and then he just drove on. And boy, when I tell you security got on his ass fast, a couple of soldiers jumped in the SUV, hauled ass, probably going 100 miles per hour down the road, caught up with the Mustang, and the soldiers had their ARs ready and everything. They were talking to the driver of the Mustang, and I'm guessing the driver was probably a soldier, because I couldn't imagine a civilian thinking they could just drive on to a military base. Like, security on military bases are, it puts the airport to shame. Like, they do not mess around. They got their guns drawn. They're, ready to rock and roll, essentially. So, definitely just do whatever they tell you. Don't mess around. Don't be stupid. They say don't take pictures of the road or anything, which is silly because you can see everything from a satellite, but whatever. There's not much to see. So just drive along here. I think it's about 17 miles from the Stallion Gate. You just basically follow here. In fact, let me put it in directions. Start there. So, altogether about a half-hour drive, 22 miles. So, you start out here, come all the way down. The Stallion Gate is, about 5 miles in. So, once you get past that, just follow the road all the way down. You'll eventually have to make a left, and that'll take you into the Trinity Test Site. So, pretty simple, pretty simple. Now, the site itself is pretty interesting. Let's see. Once you get there, the first thing you're probably going to see is this. This was actually, basically, they wanted to test the blast on this giant piece of metal, and this is all that's left of it. You'll have a parking lot, pretty much like an open parking lot, like you're going to a state fair or something like that. So jumbo. They wanted to see what the bomb would do to this, and as you can tell, this is all that's left of jumbo. So, Now, when I got there, I was not expecting too many people to be there, because I'm like, well, how many people are going to go on these websites? How many people are going to know about, this, place in the middle of nowhere? I mean, how many history nerds are there really? And boy, there's a lot. I was very surprised how many people were going to show up here. I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot. So be ready for a lot of people. I got there at 7:15. I thought I was going to be one of the first people in. No, there was literally a mile or two of cars in front of me. So understand that possibly due to the movie Oppenheimer. A lot of people know about this. A lot of people are coming to town for this. So just be ready for a lot of people to be at the site, which, people weren't rude. It wasn't kind of crazy, but it was enough people to make you kind of annoyed. Basically when you go in, everybody gets behind the line and you wait here to see the Trinity Test Site obelisk. And you get there, you get ready to take a picture, and there's just people walking around. I got lucky Yeah, I had to kind of think fast and do that picture. But yeah, so basically just have your camera, your phone, whatever, ready to go. Get your picture, move on. Yeah, because there's a lot of people wanting to, check this out and everything. So basically, just see what you want to see and move along. This is actually all that's left of the steel tower that was holding the bomb. So this was actually ground zero. Yeah. The obelisk is just there for, tourists, basically, I guess. It's a monument. It's a monument. I didn't really care for it, though, because it's not really historic. I mean, this thing was just, it's a monument. Yeah, where the world's first nuclear device was exploded, July 16th. Yeah. So I wasn't really interested in that. I was actually looking above the obelisk because that's where the tower would have stood. So I was actually more concerned with like what's up here because this is where the tower would have been holding the gadget. This is where the gadget would have exploded. Boom. But yeah, see the line. So everybody, was pretty well organized, I guess. You just get in line, wait for your turn, and get the picture. Now, if you can see this fence, they actually have a fence surrounding the Trinity Test Site. And on the fence, they'll have little things like this, little placards that tell you about the site and the test and giving you all the information and all of that. So that was kind of nice. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was cool being there. My biggest problem with the site, though, was just how people were acting. People were smiling, getting their picture with the obelisk. There were kids running around like 5 to 10 years old. They were actually digging in the ground looking for radioactive glass and just having a good time. And people were walking their dogs on a leash and all of that. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you people? Like, you know what happened here, right? This was the birth of the atomic age, maybe I think people just don't realize that we are still living in the atomic age. Russia still has thousands of nuclear weapons pointed at us, and we still have thousands of nukes pointed at them. Like, we are still living in this age. I think that was the great part of the Oppenheimer movie was the ending, where Oppenheimer was talking to Einstein, or Einstein, as I should say. And he said, do you remember when I asked you if we would destroy the world if we made this? Because they were worried about the bomb igniting the atmosphere and basically destroying the world. And Einstein was like, yeah, I remember. And then Oppenheimer says, I think we did destroy the world. Yeah, because, this still could happen. Like, we could still have nuclear war tomorrow. Yeah, especially with all the AI stuff going on. Hey, let's give birth to Skynet, people. Yeah, it's just, it's just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So, there's just people getting their pictures, smiling and all of that. And I'm like, ugh. That really bugged me. That really bothered me because it was kind of making me feel like, do these people just not realize how this place is? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Because I was wanting to go there and be reverent and contemplative and silent, like almost like being in a church, Like just thinking about how far we've come from World War II and just everything that happened in the Cold War. They were testing thousands of nuclear bombs during the Cold War. Yeah, there's ground zero right there. So that's all the burnt soil and all the radioactive glass and all of that. That's exactly where we were standing. And people are like, little kids digging up radioactive glass and stuff. I'm like, Jesus Christ, people. Yeah, I just felt like, they should have been respectful and not touristy, I guess, if that makes any sense. But, yeah, Leave it to people. And yeah, you'll see a lot of people with professional tripods and all of that, but just get ready for people to be annoying, and not very appreciative of the site. Yeah. And, oh, this is another reason not to have your kids playing with radioactive glass. I don't know how to say that. Trinitite? Yeah, that's the name they gave to the glass. Yeah, don't steal any of that. Oh, and by the way, that stuff's radioactive. So, yeah. That was the thing, too. I'm like, why are you bringing your 5-year-old kids here? I mean, the radiation here is very low, but still, I actually came to this site to see it, and I'm also getting radiation poisoning just by being here. Very slight, but still, yeah. So, yeah, just be ready for that. And I think this was like the little gift shop, and yeah, Ground Zero, Trinity Site, 4,000 feet up. Yeah, check here. So yeah, they had like a little gift shop too, like Trinity shirts and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, let me get a Trinity shirt and wear that when I go to Tokyo or somewhere. That's yeah. Like, why the hell do you wear a Trinity Test Site t-shirt? That's just, yeah, just the stuff that I don't like about tourism. Yeah, it's just because I wanted to come here, be calm, be reflective, really think about what this means, what my mom went through living through the Cold War, duck and cover and all that, and the horrors of, nuclear war. Because you have to remember, too, Fat Man and Little Boy were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki just 2 or 3 weeks after Trinity was tested. In fact, they have a mock-up of Fat Man. And, Fat Man and Little Boy were actually constructed here. So, there's a lot to think about here, and just having tourists around was just very annoying, very disheartening. Like, do these people even realize? So, just be ready for that. But overall, it was very interesting. After about half an hour, I was ready to get the hell out of there. I was tired of people, tired of tired of pets, tired of everything. But if you want to go there, definitely do it. It's definitely one of the most unique places I've ever been. Not only is it radioactive, but it's on a active military base. So, yeah, kind of a lot to go through to go there. So, like I said, though, just get there like 6:30. And just be ready. Just be ready for a lot of people, and get in there and just check it out. But yeah, like this is a respectful picture. The guy behind me was being nice and asked, "Hey, do you want your picture taken with it?" I'm like, "No, this is not a smiling, happy place." But yeah. So just go there and see how it makes you feel. See what it makes you think, and say like this, "Yay!" It's just not that kind of place. Yeah, it's just not that kind of place. This is where we were standing is right here. Be aware of that. Be aware of that. And just, to see how it affects you. But, this was cool. This was a cool place to go. Cool place to see and be, But I would recommend definitely going to White Sands. This place was awesome. Had a great gift shop, great visitor center. Definitely check it out. I was so angry. I didn't even know Carlsbad Caverns National Park is about 3 hours to the east of here. I was like, damn it, because this was a national park too. I wanted to go and see. I didn't know it was in New Mexico. But I'll go there one day. I think it's actually not that far from... I don't think it's that far from El Paso, yeah. So if I ever go to El Paso, you got Juarez in Mexico right across. Guess I could check that place out. A little scary, but yeah, so if I want to go to Carlsbad, I'll just fly into El Paso and drive over to that. But yeah, go check out White Sands. Awesome place. Roswell looks cool. You know, I had a fun time getting my picture of the sun and everything. Go check out Billy the Kid, and yeah, lots of cool places to go. Then when I went back to Albuquerque from my flight, I went to the National Museum of Nuclear Science and History. This place was awesome. This was a perfect place to go after going to see Trinity. Yeah, I absolutely love this place. Everything you wanted to know about the Cold War. They even have a mock-up of the, should I get rid of that? They actually have a mock-up, see the gadget of the, they have a mock-up of the tower. This one's only 50 feet tall, so this one was only half the height of the actual tower that would have been at the test site, but awesome place. B-29s, they even have a B-52. They have, yeah, there's Fat Man again. There's Little Boy. Very, very cool place. DeLorean from Back to the Future. Basically everything there is to know about the nuclear bombs, nuclear, everything. Like here's a Minuteman, nuclear power, everything. This place was absolutely fantastic. So, you know, if you get done early at the Trinity Test Site, definitely come up here and check this out in Albuquerque. But yeah, I had a really good time. I mean, I was feeling kind of weird after going to the Trinity Test Site. Just kind of sad, you know, thinking about everything that could have happened during the Cold War and everything that could still happen. I mean, you know, we still have thousands of nukes pointed at Russia. Russia still has thousands of nukes pointed at us. India has nukes. North Korea has nukes. Pakistan has nukes. Israel has nukes. We're trying to keep Iran from getting nukes. I mean, we are still well in the atomic age. So I think people tend to forget about that and feel safe and all that. But no, we are just as close to World War III now as we ever were. So just be mindful and respectful of that. But yeah, other than that, cool place. Very interesting. I loved New Mexico. I'll definitely go back. I didn't have time to check out Santa Fe. I'll definitely do that next time. There's a lot of cool stuff up here. In fact, I think one of the labs was up here. What was it called? Los Alamos, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, Los Alamos, the laboratory where everything was put together. Yeah, so that would be a cool place to go and check out. So I think that's right outside of Santa Fe. Yeah, it's kind of like up in the mountains, I guess. But yeah, they took Trinity all the way from there to all the way down here. So very cool, very cool. And definitely check out New Mexico. It was a very beautiful, very cool, very fun place. And, you know, I grew up watching Young Guns, so I was definitely a big fan of Billy the Kid and stuff. And they filmed that movie in New Mexico. It was very surreal. I was like, oh shit, this looks exactly like the movie. So, yeah, and I'm pretty sure Oppenheimer was filmed here too. I mean, what a great movie that is. Yeah, that was my favorite movie of 2023. So I think, yeah, I actually bought the book that inspired the movie. Let me see. Yep, I actually bought it at the White Sands National Park Visitor Center gift shop. Yeah, I'll try reading that one day. It's a big book, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, great place in White Sands. I mean, here I am trying to walk around, see how bright it is. And this was not even a sunny day. This was a cloudy day. I had to wear that because the sand's blowing around and everything. It was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, a lot to do in New Mexico. So get over there when you can and check it out. And remember, I don't know if it's going to be a different day next year, but it should be the third Saturday in October. The site will be open, so get there bright and early. You'll probably be there before the sun even comes up, so be ready for that. But you know, while you are sitting in your car, you have a nice sunrise. Yeah, right. This is me just sitting in my car looking out at the New Mexican desert. You got the mountains, you got the mesas, you got the beautiful sunrise. So very cool, very cool. But yeah, so just be ready when you go. It's going to take a couple hours, but it's worth it. So anyway, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you.